Hey everybody, it is ModelcarNick here today. I'm going to be showing you guys around this Looksmart Ferrari F430 Scuderia. This is a pretty special car. It came out in the late 2000s. So really like this car. It's obviously finished in this really lovely metallic blue, as you can see. Paint looks really nice, a lot of metallic flake in there. And then it has a kind of a two-tone paint job, which is known on these Scuderias, kind of with this pinstripe coming down it. And that's also finished in silver with silver wheels and kind of a red and black two-tone interior. So really cool spec. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. So I did pick up this model a few years ago. I am actually going to be selling this car and a brand new Hot Wheels non-elite F430. This is just the regular one, not the Scuderia, but pretty cool model. But we're going to be focusing on this one today. So our strut up here in the front, and as you can see, the first thing that kind of jumps out to me are these mesh grills sitting down here at the bottom. They look really nice. They are finished kind of in this silver metal material. Can't really see too much behind there, but it is nice that they use real mesh on those models. Really like that feature. And then next we'll show you this little Ferrari badge right up here on the hood. Looks really good with the prancing horse. Comes across very well with the blue paint. I think it's a nice little accent. Next we'll take a look at these headlights. Not really too much going on over here. It's kind of like an older car, so the headlights weren't too crazy, but the details in there, I guess, are relatively accurate to the real car. And then up here at the front, we kind of have a little air intake down here at the center, and it has this little silver lip at the bottom right here. But not really too much else going on with the front fascia of the car. Just looks really smooth, really classic Ferrari design. And then next, as we come to the side, you can kind of see the air vent right here from the front. Has a little relief area to the side, and that looks really nice and crisp on this model. Now we'll take a look at the wheels. So as you can see, nice twin 5-spoke wheel design right here, finished in this really lovely kind of finish of silver. We have the prancing horse obviously on the center wheel cap. The 5 lug nuts look really nice and crisp on this model, and then it looks like we have some drilled rotors sitting behind the wheels. They're not all the way in there, and I think the material they use is honestly kind of, you know, it's not as shiny as I would want it to be. It's kind of like this plasticky looking material, but it's fine. I think the brake calipers also look really good. Nice big red Ferrari brake calipers. As you can see, the script is written down the side of them, but they look really good. So we'll keep moving down to the rest of the model. Obviously, we have the Scuderia shields on the side of this model. It looks really nice. And then we have some carbon fiber mirrors, which look absolutely incredible. Nice and glossy. So here's the other side of them. They look really good. Not really too much going on the side of the model itself, but we do have a nice little air intake right here to the side. And I'm assuming they probably use mesh grills down there, but it's honestly hard to see. You can see right up here, though, it has a nice, another kind of mesh grill right here up here at the side. Looks pretty good. Window trim is obviously finished in kind of this matte black finish, but nothing really too much else going on to the side. But nice molding. It looks really good on the side of the model. So we'll move to the rear. As you can see, the rear wheel is kind of a little bit thicker than the front wheel. Here's kind of a view of that again. It's really hard to notice, but a little bit bigger tires here on the back of the car. But here's the rear of the model. Looks absolutely incredible. A lot of carbon fiber going on right here. So as you can see, the carbon fiber runs across this rear section of the car. We have another prancing horse right there at the center, and then a 430 Scuderia badge. Looks really good. All of this is finished in mesh, so it looks absolutely incredible. One thing to note, though, is that this part is actually not finished in mesh. I think on the real car, I'm not too positive if that's real mesh or plastic, but you know, I think the molding does look pretty good on this thing. And then we have kind of another, I'm not really sure what this part does, but it does look pretty cool, more mesh going on. And a carbon fiber diffuser, as you can see, looks really good and nice and molded there. Obviously, we have kind of the quad, what do you call those, tail lights right back there. Nothing really too crazy going on back here, but kind of the signature Ferrari design. And you can kind of see the body paneling wraps around the you know, the kind of the tail lights themselves. So it looks pretty cool. And then we have like a kind of a center exit, or more in the center of the rear bumper, but like a dual exhaust setup right here with some silver tips. Looks pretty good. And then Scuderia license plate, of course. So really nice looking model. Third brake light right here, and you do get this nice little kind of ducktail spoiler that kind of comes across pretty nicely on this model. So one thing about this model is you can see the engine through the rear deck lid. This is unfortunately a fully sealed model, so you can't open this up, but no big deal because I think it looks pretty good as it sits. So as you can see, a bunch of carbon fiber in the engine bay for the V8 engine right up here, and you do have some Ferrari logos written across the engine block, and then you have the Scuderia shield sitting right there in the center. So not really too much to see, but the details that you can see are nice and crisp, and a lot of carbon fiber back there, so it looks really cool. And then around the deck lid itself, you have this window, and there is a carbon fiber kind of wrapped around each side, and then you get the mesh grills kind of in between each of those kind of lines. So it looks really cool back here. Really big fan of kind of this rear section of the car. So now we can take a peek at this interior. So like I said, it is kind of a two-tone split. So as you can see, kind of red stitching in the middle of the seats, and then black around the kind of the edges of it. So it looks pretty cool. We have a looks like a 4-point harness in right there with kind of the red seat belts, and then there are actually this Ferrari logos sitting on the seat belts themselves. So it looks pretty cool. And then one thing I like to see on this car is the floor paneling. So as you can see, it has this kind of metal design right there on the floorboards. Looks really good. Nice details kind of with the handbrake, carbon fiber center tunnel. And then I'll spin around. We can take a look at the driver's side of the car. So it's kind of hard to see. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, nice steering wheel details right here, of course. The reflections going on are pretty crazy right now, so I'm sorry about that. But here's kind of a view of that interior. It is really hard to see, though, kind of, you know, the details without opening the doors, which is a little unfortunate. But, you know, I think these Looksmart F430s are pretty cool to get. They're a little bit better in detail, obviously, over the Ferrari ones. As you can see, the wheels are just a little bit kind of toy looking, I must say. And I know this isn't a Hot Wheels Elite car, so not necessarily the same level of quality there. But I think when you compare the Hot Wheels version to a Looksmart version, you're just getting, you know, a bit more better quality, nice carbon fiber. The paint is really, really good on these cars, but you know, overall, an excellent model. Like I said, I am selling this car, so if you are interested, I would like to get about $375 for it. I've seen a few of these online, and they're going for about $450 to maybe $600 for the people that are asking a little bit more than I think they're worth. But $375 will get you this model if you're interested. So leave a message in the comments below, or hit me up on Instagram if you would like to purchase it. One thing to know about this model is it does come with a nice little plexiglass display case, so we'll put that on. So as you can see, nice thick glass, looks really good. You can just display this model wherever you'd like to put it, but we'll go ahead and pop that off. So overall, I think this model is a really good one. I keep saying that. If I had to give it a score from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a solid 8. I mean, I really like the mesh details on here. Maybe an 8.5, honestly. The interior, you saw like the metal floorboards, cool kind of Ferrari seat belts and everything. You can see the engine bay right there, so you're not missing anything. And then just the mesh grills and everything like that. So, a really good model. It just stinks that it doesn't open, but I think for this price point, it's hard to get an F430 for a good deal in this market. So, I would probably go with this one, but if you can maybe find a Hot Wheels one, that might be the way to go if you can find it for a reasonable price. But yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And again, hit me up if you are interested. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. Like and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.